You won't believe what happened next. She told her boss or guest the next day about the bizarre event. She found 3 women strangled at home in the past 2 weeks with a twist. She suspected a serial killing, like a movie. If her guess is right, it's huge news. She eagerly hoped her boss would let her be the investigative reporter to uncover this mystery. What a find. Excited, Noretta wanted a Coke. I snagged it on TikTok flash sale, great deal. Classic taste, quick and easy. Swipe to TikTok flash deals or check comments, try now. TikTok's double 11 deals are super registered here. Browsing saves big. Don't miss our plot. Surprisingly, the boss said this news wouldn't draw attention as the women were unknowns. Unfair. Subtitles. During that particular era, absolutely no one paid any heed to the lives or deaths of 3 ordinary women. In an astonishingly unexpected turn of events, in order to confirm the link among the 3 murder cases, Noretta managed to locate a witness. According to the old man, the killer's methods were downright ruthless. When he first saw the body, the victim was lying on the floor, legs spread like she was trying out for a dance. Her ankles were tied to a chair, a horrifying sight. Even creepier, a broomstick was placed between them. I bet the killer's really twisted. And they tied a bow with her stockings, how bizarre. Noretta hurried to the police station to check if others had the same knit bow, but the police appeared helpless. Police refused to reveal details, so Noretta searched records and found a patrol officer. In the second murder, she went all out. From the patrol officer, she learned that the second victim also had a bow on her neck. Was this her biggest clue ever? The methods in all 3 cases were identical: strangled with stockings, then dressed up weirdly by the killer. This is all just 2 clues, and evidence suggests a bizarre serial killing. Noretta exposed recent murders overnight. The news sparked panic, but ironically, people didn't care about the 3 victims' deaths. They feared becoming the next victim. Meanwhile, Noretta's report flooded the police with calls from women. The police chief went to the newspaper boss saying they were hot on the case. More importantly, they hadn't found any link between the 3 victims. What Noretta claimed was utterly ridiculous. The chief warned the newspaper head again if he kept reporting it as a serial murder case, it would just backfire on him. Is the truth really like that? Is the chief deliberately hiding something, or is Noretta's evidence not what it seems? But none of that was important anymore. In the end, the boss told Noretta to halt covering the murder. Though reluctant, she could do nothing. Scene changes. A solitary elder was about to bathe when a knock sounded. This was the story's turning point. He cautiously opened the door, only to be brutally murdered by a mysterious intruder, opening another chapter of suspense. Another strangulation occurs. The boss who quit reopens the serial killings case. What a laugh. He paired Noretta with an experienced partner named Jenny, making their duo even more formidable. According to Noretta's investigation, the 4th victim's cousin was named Sullivan. What a twist in the family tree. Since the police refused to divulge any information, no one had Sullivan's contact details. Talk about frustrating. To confirm whether the 4th victim had a bow around her neck, Noretta and Jenny had to find Sullivan. What a detective move. Just as Noretta was racking her brain, Jenny shamelessly pulled out a huge phone book. She planned to contact everyone named Sullivan in the phone book. Crazy but naive, isn't it? Soon, Jenny reached out to confirm the 4th victim also had a bow on her neck. Talk about a joyous moment. After the report, media swarmed the police station next day, all keen to uncover this sensational truth. Facing inquiries from the media, the police chief didn't offer any explanations. He just guaranteed that they would catch the killer. Classic. Ironically, right after the chief made his promises, a fresh murder happened that afternoon. What a disaster. The victim was yet another elderly woman living alone, just like the previous victims. What a tragic repetition. The killer seemed to vanish like a ghost, leaving no trace at the scene. This was already the 5th victim. Based on the existing victim data, Noretta and her team deduced the killer's target was elderly women living alone. A chilling conclusion. However, on Christmas Day, the police discovered a new victim. What a twist in the plot. The victim this time was a young woman. Jenny heard from the neighbor that a stranger knocked at 3 p.m. Surprising. He said he was a painter for the apartment, and the neighbor let him in without hesitation. Little did they know what had happened. When she sensed that something wasn't quite right, she hastily made up an excuse, saying she was going to fetch her husband. Upon her return, she found that the strange man had already disappeared. Oh my goodness, this whole situation is incredibly eerie. According to neighbors, he was an ordinary white man. Who was this mysterious man? Could he be the killer behind the strangulation cases? Meanwhile, Noretta was extremely puzzled by the killer's sudden change in target. She asked a friend for advice. If that's true, how many murders are there in the city, but why do their killing methods match up so perfectly? Then the scene shifted. Things were about to take another twist. A husband spots Noretta's photo in the paper. He impulsively warns his wife, causing a comical mix-up. Before Noretta could explain, the phone suddenly rang, and oddly enough, the person on the line was silent. She thought it was a wrong number, but she clearly heard heavy breathing on the line. How creepy. Terrified, she hung up immediately. The clueless husband asked what happened, but she didn't want to worry him. So she chose to lie. But what kind of plot is unfolding? Could the killer be plotting revenge against her? Realizing the severity of the situation, her husband began to question Noretta's job. What a cliffhanger. Subscribe prompt. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more great content.